the demilitarized zone on the border between the western frontier and the Tundran territory. For months now, the site of an uneasy truce between two mighty armies. This is a waiting game, with both sides primed to retaliate in the event of a preemptive strike. But on this historic day, control of the Tundran Empire passes from the iron grip of Tsar Gorgy into the more progressive hands of his son and heir, Marshal Nova. And with Nova in charge, there are those who dare to whisper that this time, peace might just endure.
War is a contact sport, gentlemen. Sack that defensive line. Go, go, go! Now line up! Our boys are getting mighty twitchy down there. We got the men, we got the playbook. Where's the conflict?
The world is changing, Herman.
Looks like this truce could last a long, long time.
What? You gotta be pulling my pin!
But if we have to fight, then fight we shall.
In the meantime, the men are getting out of shape. How about we organize a little sortie to perk up their spirits?
A field exercise. With live ammo, of course. Eddie, I like the way you think.
Come in, Commander. This is Brigadier Betty speaking. Frontier Command has chosen you to carry out a recon mission along our border with the Tundran territories. It's been a while since your battalion saw combat, so I'm gonna be putting you through your paces before you head out on patrol.
Prepare yourselves for defeat, decadent frontier cowboys!
Zargorgi, your presence here is a clear breach of the terms of the ceasefire. What do you think you're doing?
Making war, Brigadier Betty. Isn't this what Frontier Command has been waiting for?
But I thought Marshal Nova wanted peace.
I think the assembled might of my personal army speaks for the Marshal's intentions, Brigadier.
General Herman here, Commander. Do you copy? Here's the bad news. Tsar Gorgy's launched an all-out attack. Which means our position is now behind enemy lines. But here's the good news. You're gonna join forces with the boys from Bravo Company. We'll see if we can't get us a piece of the action. Outstanding! Don't you just love the smell of victory in the morning?
Enjoy your petty triumph, General. This battle has only strengthened my resolve to crush the frontier once and for all.
When are you going to give up? This is stalemate, Father.
Patience, Nova. The game is not over yet.
Marshal Nova, there are reports of sporadic fighting across the demilitarized zone.
What? The western frontier have broken the truce?
Actually, no.
Forgive me, son. I could not stand to see you toss our proud imperial history into the wastebasket of reformist peacemaking.
How dare you! The Tundran army is no longer yours to command. Nellie, take control of those units. It seems we are at war.
You would replace me with her? This is an outrage!
Colonel Austin at your service, Commander. The radar array at Windbreak Ridge has intercepted vital enemy transmissions, but it is now surrounded by Tundran forces. We need you to reinforce Windbreak Ridge before it falls into enemy hands.
The Frontier are attempting to resupply the radar array. Stop them at once!
Major Nellen, sounds like she means business, Commander. Let's get going.
Good to see you again, Commander. Now listen up, because we need to move fast. During their assault on Windbreak Ridge, the Tundrans captured 2 of our scouts. They are holding them in this base. Your job is to rescue the scouts and use their recon to get them to the safety of our mobile camp to the north.
Good morning, Commander. I trust this day finds you fighting fit and ready for tactical combat. The scouts you rescued in your last mission have provided us with the location of one of the key Tundran command posts in this quadrant. Your task is to capture the Tundran HQ at Castle Potemkin so that we can learn more about Marshal Nova's battle plans. The Tundrans have fortified the entry points to the castle grounds with bazooka veterans, making a mechanized frontal assault impossible. A Tundran prison camp lies to the east. I suggest you free the Flame veteran POWs being held there and make good use of them.
Boy, have I got a mission for you this time, Commander. Our men rifled through some drawers back at Castle Potemkin and came up with the location of Marshal Nova's elite tank division. And guess what? It's up to you to go head-to-head with Nova's nasty old tanks and destroy every last one of them.
You have made a grave error in coming here, General. The Iron Eight are undefeatable.
Hogwash! My boys can take your armor any day of the week.
Welcome, Tsar Gorgi. Something to quench your thirst?
My son is blind to the threat posed by the Western Frontier.
Am I to take it that you wish to proceed with our arrangement?
Yes.
So, the pact is sealed.
Thanks to you, Commander, we've stopped the enemy advance in its tracks. Now it's time to take out their forward positions and send these no-good grizzlies back home to Mother Tundra. We have a bomber squadron standing by, waiting to blow the Tundran army to smithereens. But first, we need to take down the Tundran's radar cover. That's why I'm sending you some artillery units. Wait a second. That's the Exylvanian crest on those bombers. What the heck is going on?
Greetings from Exylvania, Tsar Gorgi. Kaiser Vlad has chosen to decline your offer of an alliance and make war on both your armies instead.
What is she talking about, Father? In secret, I made a pact with the Exylvanians that would ensure victory for the Tundran territories, but I have been betrayed!
Looks like the Exylvanians scored in both end zones before anybody even knew they were in the game.
If either of our nations are to survive, we must unite against the common foe. What say you, Brigadier?
You got yourself a deal, Marshal. And call me Betty.
Today, the world reeled in shock as Exylvania launched a devastating attack on both the western frontier and the Tundran territories. In its aftermath, these two former adversaries put centuries of bitter enmity behind them by forming an alliance of nations. And so, the fighting frontier and the Tundran Bear find themselves fighting side by side in a war which will decide the fate of both their nations.
Mission accomplished, Kaiser Vlad. We have swept destruction upon both our enemies.
Excellent news, Countess Ingrid. Proceed to the narrow-side fields of the Dune Sea as planned.
As you wish, Herr Kaiser.
For too long, Exylvania has been the playground of frontier warmongers and Tundran despots. At last we will resume our rightful place in history as masters of these inferior nations.
Und wenn Ihr Emperor, Herr Kaiser.
Yes, Übel. I will make you governator. Now go, rally the troops. We strike again before dawn.
Welcome to the Dune Sea, Commander. This is the world's #1 repository of Neurosite, the fuel that fires the enemy's infernal war machine. The Exylvanians have been attacking up and down the coast in an attempt to gain a foothold for the big push inland. We've repelled them so far, but it's only a matter of time before they succeed in capturing one of our bases. Intel suggests that Fort Omaha here is on the hit list, so I expect you to defend it at all costs.
The Dune Sea campaign is moving fast, Commander. Even as we speak, the Exylvanians are laying siege to the Tundran-held city of Dusty Springs.
Brigadier Betty, can our frontier allies assist us in resisting the invaders until we are ready to evacuate? We must hold the Exylvanian siege brigade at bay until our distress signal is received by Tundran High Command.
We'll be glad to assist, Marshal. There is a frontier battalion in the area. I'm sending it to you right now. I think I told you before, Marshal Nova. You can call me Betty.
You're safe for now, but soon you will learn that there's no escape from my righteous vengeance, my fleeing Tundran foes.
Salutations, Commander. Your primary objective for this mission is to capture the enemy-held Neurosite fields. First things first. Aim to destroy the gunships and their pilots while they are still grounded. This is your secondary objective. Then make your way across the river and join up with the Frontier Mechanized Division.
incompetent fools! How dare you let those inferior specimens get the better of you!
Good job, Commander. By capturing and holding this base, we have cut one of the enemy's primary lines of supply.
The enemy's primary Neurosite extraction facility is just north of our position, Commander. Before we attack, we're gonna have to neutralize their anti-air defenses. You will then receive clearance to deploy a frontier bomber and precision strike those extraction towers. But we couldn't have done it without Gorgi. Better contact Marshal Nova and let him know his father has returned.
Gorgi, do you copy?
Yes, Nova. I have returned, and victory is my traveling companion. Father, let go of me!
Father!
Who is this? What have you done with the Tsar?
I let him go. Kaiser Vlad sends his regards.
Son, you must understand. I acted in the best interests of the Tundran Empire. I know, Father.
Colonel, what news?
We sent an expeditionary force to meet with Empress Leiko of the Solar Empire. However, it seems that they were intercepted by the Exovanians.
And so the curtain rises on yet another theater of war. What now?
We engaged the enemy. If we are to have peace, we must fight for it.
It pleases me when you are assertive, Colonel Austin.
Greetings, Commander, and welcome to the Coral Atolls. This is Beachy Point Island. We are here to put a stop to Kaiser Vlad's invasion of the Solar Empire. The survivors of the Frontier's Expeditionary Force are also waiting to be rescued. Unfortunately, Vlad has this island extremely well fortified. Your battalion will be assaulting entrenched positions, so use your mortar vents to flush the enemy out of cover. Ready, Commander? Then I'll see you on the beach.
Did you see that? We flanked their blockers in the neutral zone and blitzed their defense wide open. Austin, Betty, join us. I was just going through the latest action replays with our new ally.
Our new ally?
General Harman has an excellent command of military strategy.
He does?
Indeed. But the greatest general is she who averts conflict altogether. Wouldn't you say? Tea, anyone?
Head hut, Commander. North of our position are 3 Exovanian military targets. A munitions dump. A fuel refinery. And a communications tower. Captured Frontier missile and bazooka veterans are being held in these installations. made it, Commander. Don't you just love it when a plan comes together?
Ubel has failed again. It is only a matter of time before Vlad demotes him to the rank of boot polisher.
Good morning, Commander, and welcome to Operation Neptune. You're just in time for the briefing. General Herman is about to lead a battalion of hand-picked men on a ground assault of the Aloha Atoll. Your job is to provide Herman's men with air support as they recapture the island on behalf of our sole allies. Herman's men will assault the beach, then follow the road to the Exylvanian base. During this time, you will need to provide air cover against all credible threats. Good luck, Commander.
The Exylvanians have seized control of Tiki Bay, an island belonging to the Solar Empire. In response, we are coordinating a counterattack with our Solar allies.
Brigadier Betty, my noble warriors have recaptured the base at the other end of the island.
That's the kind of news I like to hear, Empress Leiko. Commander, all you gotta do is lead the attack on this side of the island. Simple, huh?
What is our interest in the Coral Atolls, Herr Kaiser? The Solar Empire is a minor military power.
Long ago, the Iron Legion of Old Exylvania held fearsome dominion over half the nations of the world. Then one fateful night, the Legion marched upon the Solar Empire. The souls were hopelessly outnumbered, yet they had engineered a doomsday device. It drew down the power of the sun.
We should call upon our glorious ancestors. It is within your power.
The Legion cannot be controlled. There would be no victory, only suffering.
The Exylvanians are using this small chain of islands as the command center for their Coral Atolls campaign. Sprawling across two of the northernmost islands, their HQ offers repair and resupply opportunities for all Exylvanian units. Frontier Command believes that if we capture the command center, the Exylvanians will be forced to retreat back to their homeland.
Howdy, Commander, and welcome to the Exylvanian hinterlands. Pretty, ain't they? The 4 bridges that cross the River Styx are the only way to cross these treacherous canyons. And find the road to Exylvania. Whatever happens, we gotta keep these bridges in one piece. Vlad knows this, and he has demolition teams working on the bridges already. We need to capture these 3 radar arrays to prevent them from broadcasting the detonation signal. Time is a factor here, Commander. We got less than 7 minutes to capture those radar arrays before Vlad can destroy the bridges.
Not so fast, General Herman. You are a long way from the Vladstag, and Exylvania tends to be unkind to unwelcome visitors. But wait. Where is my sword? Ingrid! Ubel! Those fools! Send for my personal gunship. I must away to the cenotaph.
What is this place, Countess?
It was here that the lightning war with the Solar Empire was ended. Faster, Ubel! Arise, fallen ones! Exylvania has need of you once again!
Forgive me, Master.
Übel, what have you done?
We can expect heavy resistance on the road to Exylvania. But we must advance to the Bladstag. Only there can we put an end to this war. The area is full of static gun emplacements. Proceed with caution. I'm getting reports of unidentified armored units in this area. Maybe the Exylvanians are deploying some new kind of weaponry. And there are unidentified aircraft patrolling the skies. If they turn out to be hostile, use your missile vets to take them down. Whatever happens, intelligence suggests we're gonna be in for one heck of a fight when we assault those strongholds.
Commander, the Iron Legion are indiscriminately attacking all who stand in their way. The latest intelligence reports suggest that the crater of the sun may be this monstrous army's point of origin.
There are 2 Solar Empire fighters being held on the mountainside, Colonel. If you liberate them, they will provide you with air cover.
Advance to the crater, but stay alert for remnants of the Exylvanian army. The Legion may have them on the run, but they can still fight. You did it, Commander. You closed the portal and put an end to the menace of the Legion. I think we can turn the page on this chapter of the conflict.
The Countess waits for me at the cenotaph. This is not your fight, Colonel.
You made a grave error in coming here, Empress.
It was my destiny. I could not choose otherwise.
You're alive!
The overconfident adversary can be your greatest ally. Come, we have work to do.
We have the Kaiser and his cronies trapped in the Bladstag. He has nowhere else to run. Your job is to storm the barricades before the Kaiser can hatch some kind of devious escape plan.
I'm deploying gunships to provide support. Let's finish this so that I can revenge myself on the Kaiser.
We have to breach each of the 3 outer walls before we can launch our final assault on Vlad's stronghold.
I never dreamed I would live to see this day.
Sometimes discretion is the better part of valor, Übel.
I owe you a debt of vengeance, Commandant.
That was for Tundra. And this is for my father.
Hold it right there, Buster.
So you think this tournament is over? You forget. You play against the Grandmaster. Your move, Generals.
Let him go, Nova.
You are right, Betty. But if I learned one thing from my father, it was this. He who seeks peace should be prepared for war. Red alert, Comrade Commander. The Western frontier has launched a fierce counterattack. Heavy tanks and gunships have been detected. We must prepare for combat. Your objective is to defeat the Western frontier aggressors that are swarming into this sector.
You don't got nothing but rusty old tractors and farmhands with pop guns. This is gonna be a cakewalk.
I think not, General Hermon. Tundran resilience is famous the world over.
The enemy flees before our assembled might. But where will they go when they run out of land?
Retreat to Dusty Springs, comrades. This is one battle the Tundran territories cannot win. It's time to leave this doomed city, comrades. T-copters are waiting to evacuate you all.
Storm the city, Commander, and crush all who stand in your path. The enemy must not be permitted to escape.
Our fortress is under attack, Commander. We must act immediately. While a fool acts in haste, it is the Emperor of Fools who hesitates. Your primary objective is to eliminate the Exolvanian invaders before they can seize control of Tiki Bay. Their presence here is an offense to the sanctity of our homeland. Let us begin, Commander. Deploy the heavy tanks to neutralize those artillery units. But you must fight strategically. If our tanks are destroyed, then this skirmish is doomed to failure.
The rightful masters of this world are reborn! The Iron Legion shall destroy all who stand between us and total conquest!
Your lust for power has blinded you, Countess Ingrid. The Legion will succeed only in plunging the world into eternal darkness.
No, Kaiser Vlad. This is the beginning of a bold new era of glory for old Exylvania.